Spin cycles on your washing machine. Let's talk about how it works, how fast you should have your spin cycle, and also some things you need to be aware of so you don't damage your clothes. So how the spin cycles work is that the centrifuge will spin really fast, particularly at the end of the program. This is going to wick off the water as it spins around. And the faster you spin, the more water is going to be wicked out of the garment as it spins. Now, this spin speed does have its disadvantages too. The higher the spin speed, generally the more it's going to wear on your clothes. So for some more delicate clothes, we need to be very aware of what spin speed we have. At the same time, we want to optimize it so that the clothes will dry as fast as possible during this phase of the wash. On top of this as well, the high spin speed is going to start kind of wrinkling up the clothes as it goes so fast. It's going to get wrinkled together. Now, modern washing machines does have some settings or technologies that's going to kind of bypass this whole wrinkling thing. Now, this works by the washing machine slowing down the spin cycle towards the end of the spin. Now, sometimes it will also reverse its direction. Now, this is also going to help prevent creases. You will generally find that on most new washing machines, it will have this feature. But if you have an older washing machine or perhaps a pretty basic model, it's not for certain that this feature is going to be included. So, which clothes should you use for which speed? So let's just jump over to the washer here, and I have just put on the standard cotton program. Now, as you can see, the cotton program has a really high spin speed of 1600. That is about as high as you're going to find that the spin will actually be. Now, this will work great for example, towels, other thick garments that can handle a little bit of beating, to put it like that. Now, as you go down in spin speeds here, perhaps 1200 will be the standard speed. That's also great for your cottons, you know, your regular cottons, perhaps t-shirts, pants, this type of stuff. When it comes to denim in particular, we are going to start turning down the spin speed even lower, perhaps even under 1000, I would say, because denim has a tendency to bleed color if you spin it too fast. It's not good for the denim, so you need to treat it kind of gently. Now, there is another garment here that we need to be, it is a little bit of a strange garment, and that is wool, because it does retain a lot of water as you wash it, so you kind of want to keep a high spin cycle on it to get it as dry as possible before you line dry it. However, there is this issue with wool being kind of delicate, so I think a good place to start is around 800 to 1000 RPM. That is revolutions per minute. That is essentially how fast your washing machine is going to spin. Once we go below 800, we start to get into the delicate territory here. So perhaps 600 to 800 would be a great place to dry your synthetic garments. Also below that, there is the really delicate garments, you know, the hand wash garments, and also lace, really fine, thin garments need to be kept at the lowest setting. If you do change the programs here, you can see this kind of reflect in the cycles. So for example, cotton is one of the heaviest programs on your washing, besides like heavy duty or that kind of program. As you can see, it does keep the 1600, which is the maximum on this washer. If we move down here to the standard delicate cycle, you can see it is put at 1200, which I would say is pretty high to begin with. So in my case, I would actually turn this down manually whenever possible. If we move down here towards the jeans, you can also see it has 1200 here. This is often smart to adjust a little bit yourself. The washer does come with its standard programs, but that doesn't mean that they are perfect for each and every garment. You kind of have to judge yourself by how familiar you are with your clothes. I will say though, that the faster you spin, the drier the clothes are going to be. And frankly, this is going to sound kind of counterproductive, but actually the faster you spin, the more electricity you are going to save as well. This is because the spin cycle doesn't use a whole lot of electricity as it spins, but it does spin out a lot of the water. Particularly if you want to put it into the dryer afterwards, they're going to be a lot more dry if you use the high spin cycles once you pop them into the dryer. For the drying rack, it doesn't make so much of a difference, and to be honest with you, it's not going to make a huge dent in the power bill. But it is really neat and useful to know this information. I have a bunch more videos on different washer programs that you can check out and different settings. I'm going to do even more coming up here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.